It is 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Can we start? I don't like that there. I'm going to move that away. So, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. We're going to be starting punctually with our session entitled A Respectful Disagreement on AI and Its Hype Cycle. My name is Hans Muench. I'm a Canadian living in Switzerland, 40 years of experience in the industry, and I'm also on the board of the Fitness Industry Technology Council, whose president is Bryan O'Rourke, the first person I'd like to introduce, who's also the CEO of Videri Ventures, the president of FITSI, also owns some clubs in Thailand, had some Gold's gyms in Texas, and has been a keynote speaker. If you haven't connected with Bryan O'Rourke or subscribed to his YouTube channel, I recommend that. And we have Pablo Viñaspre from Spain, the founder and CEO of Fitness KPI, the dashboard specialist, if I may say, and very busy right now in the United States, but also globally, working with a number of leading companies and operators. And finally, not last but not least, Marcin Obel, who is the founder and chief innovation officer for Codeca, which is a tech advisory company based in Warsaw, Poland, for fitness operators globally. So you have some US clients such as iOS and Bay Club, the Portuguese group SC Fitness, Body Masters in Saudi, so working globally. Thank you for being here. We'll be asking 6 questions and having a couple of the panelists respond, and we hopefully will be finished in time to have the program of the Innovation Awards and the pitches. So let's start with the first question. Are we in an AI bubble, or is this time generally different? Every major technology wave, the internet, mobile, cloud, went through a hype cycle that overpromised in the short term. Where does AI sit on that curve today? And are the warning signs of a bubble real? I'm going to ask Bryan to start and then Marcin to add.
Yes, we're certainly in a bubble. We are certainly in a hype cycle. The hype cycle is a tech trigger. That was ChatGPT generally. A period of peak in high levels of expectation, followed by a trough of disillusionment, then moving through a slope of enlightenment to a plateau of productivity. We're in a hype cycle. It happens every time. Does anyone remember the metaverse? No? So you see this all the time. And by the way, I'm not anti-technology. I'm far from it. I've invested in technology for my entire career, and I'm a big believer in innovation. But technologies always create unintended consequences. And in this situation, it's more profound than ever. And we'll talk a little later about governance and the risk and returns regarding that. The other thing I would note to everyone, especially in the age of private equity, pay very close attention to the information you're getting from regarding AI and other technologies, and ask yourself this question: what is their incentive? Do you really think that Facebook's incentive was to build a global community? No. Their incentive was to steal your data, to use it to make them rich. So it's just very important that when you hear information, you put it in context, and that we're aware these are tools, and that those tools are used for purposes, and you can't let, as they say, the tail wag the dog.
Thank you, Bryan. Marcin, your take?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, the session is about, a respectful disagreement. But to be honest, I can't disagree with Bryan at this one. And definitely, we are in the bubble. It doesn't matter, everything what's happening is not valuable. It is valuable, and really helps do a lot of stuff, do it faster, do it better. But still, when you look at the whole AI industry right now, we have some IPOs coming to the world in the coming months. There is a lot of hype. Of course, everyone is doing a lot of buzz around what they do, how they do all of those things, and we see a lot of, I would say, unclear and weird moves on the market here. But still, yeah, it's like, we should always think about things like those bubbles through the lenses of the history. Like, previous bubbles, there was a lot of, let's say, terrible things happening. On the other side, come on, the internet itself is with us. A lot of other stuff is with us. We are using all of that on the daily basis, and in this particular, case, it will be the same.
And just an open debate, maybe ask you, Pablo, to chime in. Where have you seen AI delivering genuine, measurable value for operators, not just in demos?
Okay, well, first, talking a little bit about the bubble, when I see a bubble dynamic, especially is in the expectations of the consumers. I think AI has proven some value in many industries, especially in repetitive tasks and managing a lot of data with the analysis. But I see the bubble on the expectations of the people and the companies. They think the AI is like autonomous magic, and it's not magic. AI needs high quality and good quality data, needs good context, and it needs supervision. It's not something that can run by itself. And if we think so, we have the risk to over-automatize everything and lose the emotional touch that is so important in our industry.
Thank you. Marcin, is the issue the technology itself or the expectations being set by vendors and media?
Actually, I would say it's a pretty easy question to ask. Mainly, considering what I see, working with the clients, there are a few things. First of all, over expectations, and it's in many cases like people who are not technical are bombarded with all of those information from the internet or other media. They are hearing, this or that company is firing a lot of people because they have, beautiful AI and which is doing everything and so on and so on. Suddenly, turns out that the ROI is not there. And some of them are, I'm not going to, let's say, mention the names right now, but probably some of you at least know that the same companies are hiring those people again after some time. But and on the top of the whole wave, like those expectations grown extremely high, and the biggest problem I would say right now is people who are, let's say, not sitting very deep in the whole AI world don't fully understand what's behind the scene. That it's not like a magic wand. It's something like I would say kind of Iron Man's suit, but really you need the like reasonable and smart human inside, at least right now. On the other side, you don't want the suit to like be fully autonomous, at least now. So all of that is like I would say. The education is one thing. Second thing is people are thinking that, and I saw it already many times in the fitness industry when working with fitness operators. They think they will buy a tool. It can be of software wherever. They will throw it on the organization, and magically everything will start working. It doesn't work like that. There's something called very old, and basic thing like change management. What actually drives adoption of things in the organization and so on and so on. So there's a lot of stuff, but definitely the problem is not on the technology itself. It's like with the hammer, let's say. If you know how to use the hammer and you understand, I would say, the physics behind it, yeah, you can do a lot of great things. On the other hand side, if you don't know, what you should know, you can actually, damage your fingers or something else.
Okay, good analogy. We'll go on to the second question, which would be dealing with LLM, or language learning models, and AGI, artificial general intelligence. AGI has become the implicit promise behind trillion-dollar valuations. The path from today's large language models to AGI, credible or not? And if it isn't, does that change how we should think about AI investment? Pablo, would you like to?
Yeah, well, if you analyze today, the experts, there is not a consensus about that LLM is going to be is taking us to AGI. And we don't know how long that's going to take anyway. So for me, that's an speculation, and we shouldn't focus on that. I think we should focus on using the technology that we have today and how to use that to impact in the organizations. And the technology that we have today is SaaS plus AI plus workflows. And the combination of that can have a brutal impact in the organizations. So I think we should be focusing on that instead of trying to speculate about the future, because even the experts, they don't agree about that.
Okay, thank you. Marcin?
Yeah, so I believe funny part about AGI itself is that when it comes to investing and putting all of that money in the AGI, if we think about AGI like something what really can think and do things for its own, like a human being, the question is, if there will be return of investment, if the AGI will take over the world. But still, definitely, and I agree with what Pablo said, that there is no agreement, if we are on the right path. There is already a lot of publications about, like LLMs hitting the roof on how more capable those can be done. Of course, we must remember that when it comes to LLMs, we still figure it out probably 5% of what we can do with those things. But when it comes to AGI, there is even no real agreement on what does it mean. Depending on, I would say, university or professor at the university, the term can be described differently and will mean really something different. So, yeah, when it comes really to the investment and putting money, it's in theory great for those big players, but in theory, really, what in case AGI will take over the world?
But it's important to be speaking the same language as well, right? The
Correct.
operators. So for open debate, does the AGI debate, Bryan, matter practically for fitness technology decisions, or is it a distraction from near-term use cases?
Yeah, I think in this case, we're the tail of the dog, not the nose. And what I mean by that is that these are more profound issues, particularly when you consider the efficiency or inefficiency of compute itself. Because of the sums of money that are being invested to make LLMs more and more widely available and the amount of energy required, I think like any technology, those things will continue to evolve to make them more and more efficient. To the extent the current construct does not evolve, and you've seen this throughout history, we will hit constraints that will limit the capacity of the tool for any industry or use case. So I think time will tell the story, but I would imagine that it will be required for us to continue to evolve the construct around what is fueling the tool. So LLMs probably won't be the ultimate platform, but who knows? Like these guys are saying, who really knows? And it doesn't really matter right now. I'm not really sure it does.
Of course, we all know the product life cycle and the 4 phases. And if LLMs plateau, what does that mean for companies that have built their product and their roadmap around continuous AI capability growth? Who would like to answer that?
Well, I think that with the information that we have today, building a process of the company based on AI is not a risk because we know the future is going in that direction. So that's not going to be a future risk on that.
And in our space here, we have a lot of tech stacks that are relying on very legacy technologies
Correct.
to do basic things still. So I mean, you know, that's use case. You know, it's just a function of.
Yeah, I agree with Marcin that that's a real problem today, that people think that if you have a process in the company, you think that you can put AI on the top of the process and that's it. And that's not how it works. You have to totally change or at least partially change the process with the AI. It's not that you put AI to do things faster or cheaper. It's to do things in a different way. And you have to build that.
And we are talking about the industry where, in case of many operators, 50 or sometimes 60% of their processes are still Excel spreadsheets and emails.
Yeah. That's right.
Good. And let's go on to the third question. The real barrier is people, not the technology. You agree or disagree, Pablo?
I totally agree. I would say the real barrier is people and organizations that are many times are not ready to implement the technology. So if we talk about AI, the first thing you have to worry about is having a clean and reliable and good data and have the organization prepared with the correct people and with the correct knowledge to digitalize processes and to implement the technology. The technology is, as he said, Marcin said before, technology is ahead of what we can do. And also the technology is evolving at a speed that the organizations or the people cannot assume. So the barrier is always the people and the organizations, both.
And you've experienced that. You have a 25-year experience both operating clubs and working on the software. So it's, it's not going to fix the culture that hasn't mastered the basics, but you have to have a culture of change and willingness to change as well.
And also, talking about that, also, many times the focus of the organization, talking about technology, many times is not the correct focus. Like if we talk about data, they want to have the data perfect and before they start doing things. And that's a mistake. Start moving, start doing things, start learning. And at the same time, you are going to improve the integration, you're going to improve the quality of the data and optimize everything. But they go from the analysis to the paralysis many times. And we see that a lot of times in the organizations.
Especially now when the technology is moving so fast. So in many cases, like learning by doing is much better approach than taking this old corporate type of let's say approach. We do phase one, then when we're done with phase one, we do phase two, and so on and so on. Suddenly, after 2 years of doing those phases, we are ending up in the situation that great. We finish all of the phases, but the work is somewhere else already. So from that perspective, but actually, considering like the whole fitness industry, and especially the part related to operators, fitness clubs, there is a lot of like this, foundation to be done. And in order to really be able to utilize newer technologies, and I'm not even talking about AI, like because there is a lot of a lot of concepts from different markets. No one is, or almost no one is utilizing. Just to give you an example, thing which is called A/B testing. That's
A/B.
A/B testing. Very simple thing, used in so many different industries. Like, do you know anyone who's doing that to optimize, for instance, membership sales on their website? I don't think so. So, like basics, so data, and Pablo can probably talk a lot about the data and working with it. Second thing, if you want to understand the AI part, as the fitness operator or literally someone who's working in the fitness industry, start playing with those basic tools, but not only playing in a way like with the hammer, let's say, on your own. No, read documentation, browse the internet, watch some tutorials on YouTube, wherever. Experiment with it, so you'll understand it better. Then you will know that models are lying to you, and they are better and better in lying. How to validate if they are lying, how to force them to be as truthful as possible, how to use it in day-to-day simple things, like you're asked by your supervisor to send some, I don't know, report, how you can automate it. There is a lot of tools on the market right now you can use, but all of that will allow you to understand better what you are dealing with when it comes to deciding if you want to go and then start looking for more advanced AI solutions, because then at least you will be able to ask those even simple questions. Hey guys, it looks like your tool or solution is great, but how you avoid hallucinations? How you do this? How you do that? And so basics are key, because at the end you will be responsible at your organization for what actually AI will do.
Yeah, it's people, and anybody that wants to look at a Salesforce.com adoption in an organization would tell you the tool is, in many kinds, hardly used well at all. It's all people. So.
It's partly to do with the change management culture in the organization and staff training as well, right?
Many things, yeah, many things.
Okay. And just for anybody, is the industry producing enough AI literacy in terms of the staff training at the operator level? Or are vendors filling that gap with sales narratives? Anybody?
It's sales narratives for the most part, but let's move on.
I will disagree. Sales, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's turn to a positive note. What does AI actually do well in fitness? And what should it stay away from? Marcin? Beyond the marketing language, let's get specific. You're working with club operators around the world.
Yeah.
Where is AI generally improving fitness operations or member experience today? And where is it being oversold or misapplied?
So let's start with the things AI is doing great, I would say. So everything what's related to simple automations, meaning, let's say you have an email where your members can, let's say, send their complaints, requests, wherever. And everything what's related to understanding those emails, to let's say, deciding what should be the next steps, and so on and so on. So those simple things. Things like, let's say, picking up the phone. In some cases, of course, we are talking about like human-driven industry. So I'm opposite to any concept of like just throwing people from the hotline and just force members to deal with AI or any solutions like that. But those are the places where let's say AI is good in analyzing data. For instance, while working with the clients, we are using our internal tool where we do the analysis for all of their reviews online as part of like discovery phase, and collect everything what's needed to, let's say, help them move forward with the technology, and using simple techniques and AI models, you can not only analyze if it's positive, negative. You have for that already stars. But in many cases, it's more about like okay, what type of issues the person is talking about, just to categorize it, put some structure around it, and so on and so forth. Helping on the day-to-day work, starting from the CEO of the organization up to personal trainer, to club manager, wherever. Those are the things where AI is great. When it comes to this, I would say, hype, I still can't see the value is like fully replacing personal trainers with AI. And I'm talking about simple things like building the training plan. For me, to be honest, it's like the overhyped thing. I personally, witnessed many cases working with our clients where personal trainers were just telling, yes, we tested tool X, Y, and Z, but at the end, it was giving us like 50–60% of what we need. But then, actually, we had to still spend a lot of time to do it the way we would like it to be. Because remember that when it comes to things like personal training, trainers do things differently, work with their clients differently. On the other side, there is like a lot of additional input needed, and that's where, yeah, I haven't seen, like this real ROI in that part, for instance.
Pablo?
Yeah, I would say if we talk about sales, I think AI is good in lead management and also in giving an immediate response to all the leads and all the questions that they have, and trying to push the leads in the sales funnel. That's one area. If we talk about retention, AI is good in the predicting models, so predicting the risk of cancellation. Yeah. If we talk about how to personalize at a scale, AI is good helping to automatize the customer journey and trying to personalize and create a different journey for each customer. And of course, analyzing data, but not also just analyzing the data, but telling you insights and what's going on about the data with a kind of complex explanation. So you can ask, okay, what's going on with retention in my club? And the AI can explain what is your specific problem in retention, with what type of members, what age, at what moment of the life of the member. So it can give you a complex explanation.
Yeah, and we've all seen in our clubs members that bring their own phone and have their own programs on them. In some ways, they are replacing a trainer. But where's the line between AI augmenting the human relationship and replacing it? And who decides? Bryan?
Well, I think you can look in the retail space at what Apple did with respect to how they reinvented retail. Yeah. And I think that, I think the greatest demonstrations of those kind of deft balance of the human side with the technology tool hasn't really been delivered yet. I think it's coming. That's the promise. And it's not just the tech. It's a lot of things these gentlemen have brought up. And it takes leadership and real innovation, which is actually doing the thing and having people go, wow. You know what I mean? And we're going to see that. We're going to see some people to figure out how to actually do that. But it's not as easy as just plugging in a new system. It's a lot of things.
Yeah, I think that's going to be in the next future. Yep. It's going to be one of the most important decisions of a manager to decide in which moments of the customer journey they want to rely on technology, yeah, and in which moments they want to rely on people.
That's right.
And if there is a high complexity and high emotional component, you need people to do that. And
that's right.
That usually has to do with human relationships, right, and also with leadership.
Yeah, that's right. And this question is, how do you want to compete? Yeah. Certain businesses are going to take some businesses will say, I don't want any upfront technology aspect at all. Others are going to be highly automated, and it's a blend that you have to choose in what you're trying to execute on from a business model.
In what niche you are, what niche you are targeting.
That's right.
In this case.
That's right.
And we talk about mass personalization. Personalization at scale. Is it actually delivering better outcomes or just more engagement?
Again, another example of it's a balance. Some people right now are using AI tools from a customer service standpoint and having disasters on their hand. I mean, it's that blend of what are you trying to accomplish, how do you want to balance it, and as these gentlemen mentioned, you can't figure out, you got to kind of do and figure as you go too. That's what happens.
The real challenge with AI is not about technology.
Yeah.
to create an agent is a really easy process, and it's going to be easier and easier. So the challenge is not technology. The challenge, there are two main challenges. One challenge is to give the agent good data so he can do something with it. And the other challenge is to make sure that the agent is learning and making the correct actions with your customers.
Yeah.
That's critical. It's like if you have an employee that is doing the wrong things. So you can have an agent to improve retention that is not improving retention. And that's one of the main challenges now for all the people who are working with AI. How can I make sure that the actions that this agent is doing are really having an impact in the company?
And the scary part is, comparing an agent to an employee is that in many cases, AI agent is much faster in doing things, so it can, screw up so many additional things like, an employee wouldn't be able to screw up with, only because it's much faster.
Yeah, and especially if you have that agent doing the same in 1,000 clubs, because he's learning from all of them.
Correct.
So the speed is going to be huge.
There's the expression garbage in, garbage out, right?
Yeah.
Square.
So, we'll move to question 5, governance and risk, a favorite topic, Bryan, for yourself, so I'll let you begin. As AI becomes embedded in member health recommendations, sales flows, and staffing decisions, questions of accountability are no longer theoretical. Last week, Basic Fit had a 1 million person or member data leak. And a few weeks before that, the telecom had a 7 million data leak. Who owns the risk? The vendor, the operator, or the industry, Bryan?
Yeah, that's a big question. I mean, contracts will dictate some of that. Some of that is part of the consequences of technology that are always unintended. The cybersecurity risk obviously is going to get even greater. Yeah. So if you're using and relying on vendor relationships, you better make sure they have a robust approach to security, is one example. But this is going to be an area that's going to be fraught with challenges. Anytime you do these kind of things, you're going to have those challenges. And some of them are just going to be accentuated by the power of some of these tools. I think in a general sense, it's also public policy. From a governance perspective, you think of the Montreal Protocol, which was the last time, arguably, that the governments around the world came together on fluorocarbons because our ozone was disappearing. And thankfully, it worked, okay? Yeah. Unfortunately, what happens is we generally don't deal with these kind of problems until they blow up in our face. When you have Eric Schmidt on stage, as I think I may have mentioned before, openly saying there are going to be Chernobyl moments with this technology, I think that's probably a real thing. Now, how does that affect people operating health clubs? I mean, you don't really know. All you know is you better make sure that whoever you're working with has the best approach from a tech stack and a philosophical and tech approach to mitigate as much risk as possible, and that it's very high on that list of things to be aware of.
Pablo?
There are three layers of responsibility. One is the company who is building the AI model. Yeah. The second layer is the company that is selling or commercializing that product, that platform. And the third layer is the company that is using the AI. The main responsibility is going to be in the company using the AI, because that's the company who decides how to use it, with what level of supervision, and in which context it's going to use it. So at the end, the main responsibility is going to be, in this case, in the operator.
Yeah. If you will buy a hammer and harm your member, like the manufacturer or the store which sold you the hammer wasn't be responsible for that. And
you like hammers?
Yeah.
He's got a hammer right here behind his chair. Watch out.
Thor hammer. I just wanted to add one thing to what Bryan said about contracts. Mm-hmm. So what I see on the daily basis in the fitness industry, unfortunately, people are signing contracts with technology companies without actually, I would say, sometimes even thinking at all.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest risks because, yeah, in theory we have 3 layers, but if you don't think about your security from the legal perspective when working with technology company, at the end you will take the whole impact of what happens on you. On the other side, remember that in front of the members, you are the one who's responsible for everything what happened. It doesn't matter if you will tell your member, that it's not my fault, it's fault of my provider or someone behind my provider. They don't give a shit, to be honest.
That's right.
Like from that perspective, it will be you, and it doesn't matter if if someone will steal your child's special needs or allergies related information, or it will be something much more harmful. Like it will be your fault, not Amazon, not Microsoft, not Anthropic, or name it.
Yeah. Last year I told everybody on the stage, I said, please read your user license agreements, because so many people really don't read them and understand them.
That's correct.
And what should minimum government standards look like for the industry in AI?
Well, we don't have standards over a lot of things, so I'm not holding my breath. I think we're more of the tail on the dog than the nose here. So we'll see what comes. As things emerge, I think people will have to figure out what the best solution set is there.
Yeah.
And is it self-regulation in the end?
Well, that's gonna depend. I think
That's
again,
the scary part.
yeah, that's gonna depend, because there's good and bad to that, and I think we're again the tail and dog, not the nose. I mean, there's so many broader implications that are going to be figured out by other people.
Self-regulation sounds like dealing with Darwin's law a bit, and on one hand side is quite efficient long term. On the other hand side, it can, let's say, bring a lot of harm in the meantime. I don't know, Hans, if you remember our discussion in Riyadh, long time ago, where I was actually saying that the fitness industry is talking about AI right now, and it's at the stage where actually it just discovered the fire, and it's trying to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not. It was probably 3 years ago. We are not even closer to AI. Let's say if we take fire on one hand side of the scale and flying to the moon on the other side, we are still trying to figure out, let's say, all of the good things we can do with the fire here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Let's move to the 6th and last question, which I think operators in the room are very interested in hearing. What should the operators do right now? Can you offer a practical prescription, Pablo?
Well, I talked a little bit before about that, but the first thing is to make sure you have good data, and you have a good data lake, or you have the data organized in one place, clean, well-structured, actualized every day, and ready to be used. That's the first thing. The second thing is to have the team and the organization ready, and understand, also have a clear vision, goals, and everything. So you decide where do you need the technology, because many times it's the opposite. Many times the companies come to us and say, okay, what can you do with technology? Now, what do you need? Okay, tell me what you need and we'll see how can we help. Okay, so those are the first 2 things. And then decide which are the main issues or the main areas that you need to move forward in the company, probably related to sales, to retention, to hyper-personalization, to data analysis, to automatizing operational processes that you can automatize very easily and reduce the time and the cost. So decide the areas and start small, start looking for the return of investment of each action, and then move to a more global action.
Marcin, can you take from some of your clients one high confidence use case that works?
So to be honest, the use case which works the best It's actually something what I mentioned earlier. So actually start using those simplest AI tools, meaning the smallest possible hammer, and start playing with it, learning it, and it will help you solve a lot of day-to-day issues, or it will save you a lot of time, allow you to focus on many other stuff you are not able to focus on right now. For instance, as club manager, spending 3 hours a day filling in a spreadsheet for for general manager or area manager. Those are the things and simplest things I would recommend starting with. Don't buy new cool tools just in sake of buying those.
Yes.
If you want to, let's say, play with something, start with a pilot. Really think about let's say, what's the outcome? Do you really need it? Then make, let's say, further decisions. But remember that at the end, it's a change management, and there is no tool which just thrown on your organization will change everything. Actually, in many cases, it can make things even worse. So, small steps, smaller hammer, then play with a bigger hammer, but ensure you have someone who can, let's say, keep you safe when you are doing it. If you are already, let's say, familiar and know how to use a bigger hammer, then you can proceed and iterate.
If you have, it's important to know that if you put technology in a process, you have to change the process.
Yeah.
And if you have a bad process and you put AI and technology, that's going to be a worse process a lot faster.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that. And that's the reason why when you implement technology, there is a J-curve effect that at the beginning, you are going backwards and you are being less efficient and it looks like you are, that technology doesn't work, but you have to wait until your organization is ready, the technology adapts to your company, and then you start seeing the improvement on that. Many companies, they quit just before they start getting the wins from the technology because they don't understand that the process is like this.
Yeah.
And the way to accelerate that process is start moving before things are perfect and start learning and putting your hands on the technology and learning because everything is so fast that you cannot just stay quiet and wait until everything is perfect. Start doing things and you're going to be learning and that curve is going to be faster.
So be willing to make mistakes,
Yeah.
learn, maybe one step back to get 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we have startup guys here. So that's the mantra, they should use, but actually right now everyone should use it,
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of failing and try new things, but on your hand side, ensure you are, I would say, safe as much as you can.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is that sadly, it's not sad, but it's reality. The most, having run global businesses for many years and dealt with technology, it's an enabler. It is not the strategy. Most businesses don't have a strategy. They have a plan.
Yeah.
And if you don't think of it in that context, you're never going to be able to benefit from the enablement of technology. You can't let the shiny object be the thing that's driving your strategy because that means failure. And that's been my experience.
So now we've reached the point of closing comment. I'm going to ask each of the panelists to give me one, maximum 2 sentences, your take. Is AI in fitness right now overhyped, underhyped, or exactly where it should be? Pablo?
I think it is where it should be because it's a process. There is some chaos in all of this. Things are happening really fast in the technology world. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And we are trying to, I think we have to not to look so much at the future, but look at what we have today and try to use that to create impact because there are many things we can do with the actual technology and create a huge impact in the organizations. Let's focus on that.
Great. Marcin? Oh, no, I'm going to give you the last word unless you want to.
Optimistic skepticism. is the key, and be an optimistic skeptic. And we're in a hype cycle now, but that's what happens.
Marcin?
So I think it's a bit overhyped, but it's, I would say, kind of good thing because, you need to start somewhere and, okay, there is new shiny tool, let's try to play with it. If many people are playing with it, there is a chance actually, someone will come up with this great use case, new use case, no one else was thinking about.
Okay. Here at the FIBO, we have lots of shiny objects.
Correct.
And in 45 minutes, we can't cover everything. I would like to maybe make a final plug for people who want to go into a deep dive. In London, the 19th to the 20th of May, is the Fitness Tech Summit from Al Noshivari. I recommend that you take a look at that if you want to do a deeper dive. Thank you to the panelists, and thank you for being here. The program continues. Oh,
Okay,
a round of applause, right?
Thank you.
Guys, thank you to the panelists. Thank you
Great
so
job.
much.
Good job.
And now, Hans, we are starting the pitch battle. So we have 5 startups, 3 judges there. That you know, the president is Bryan. Please have a seat, Mr. President. And here we have these 5, let's say, startups, early stage. They have 4 minutes, only 4 minutes. There is a microphone there, so you use it. We start with the first one. They are going to present. And fittest up is the first one. So, guys, 4 minutes, not a second extra. Try to be fast and effective as you have to be. Go on.
Hello. Hi, guys. We are Fittest. We are in the heart rate tracking space. So basically, what we have seen in the market was a lot of the players were using haven't changed in a while, and they're using a lot of hardware, and they're tied to the hardware sales. So they're limited on the heart rate belts, or like they have, and like gyms have a lot of different subscriptions. So we came in and basically built a system that is completely hardware agnostic. So you don't need any hardware installation in the gym. Also, it works on any wearable. So Apple Watch, Garmin, what have you, existing bells. Also inside the gym, if you have a TV, it works. You don't need a tablet. You don't need anything else. Basically, self-serve solution. Also, previously you had to ship products, and basically somebody had to go install them. With our system, you jump on a video call with us. We onboard you in half an hour. Apart from that, we are including a lot of different functionalities from different areas and bringing it under one roof. So the first system is the heart rate system, where it does all of this, all of the tracking using just under one roof. Basically, Apple Watch and Garmin and all of them are included. You can have 50 screens, 500 screens. You can run competitions in like 2 different locations across the world, and have all of them show up on the same screen as well. The addition which we did in April is basically AI nutrition, AI workout planning, and auto check-ins with body analysis. So this is what the app looks like. So you can track your recovery score using any wearable. If you have an Apple Watch, or if you have a Garmin, then the VO2 Max and all of those data come in, and you get the Whoop recovery score, but using your existing wearable. You have all the meal plans included, all are delivered to the app. You get a shopping list of the week, and you can go shop on a Sunday, and you're set for the whole week. You get the workout delivery as well. You can have videos in there. You can actually see what workouts you need to do for the day. Body analysis, based on your check-in photos, we can do and find out like how you're doing on your muscles and which muscles need more working, and actually cater that back to the workout plan and the meal plan. So this is what the members dashboard looks like. So as a trainer, if you're running like personal training and stuff, you get a lot of these insights. You get like the body analysis, you see the trend, You can see the body fat, and it gives you a lot of those data points, quick notes, and you know, like, okay, this is what I can do with this person. And of course, you get like a lot of the gym member details and stuff. So we tap into Apple Health and Google Health Connect, so we get all of the data directly to you. We started selling in March of 2025, really. That was like the first iteration.
1 minute.
Yeah, we're on track to hit 100 gyms. And next year, we'll probably hit 200 gyms additional. So software build, squash and half, fit test, plus trainerize is there. Also, monthly subscription cost for gyms. That's the business model. We hit 10K RRR, MRR. With just 2 people in the AI age, most of our dev work is just done by AI now. I haven't written a single line of code in the past 3 months. The agents do the work. Scalability, we are not constrained by hardware. We can just sell anywhere. So that's us. That's Jackson. So he's been in the fitness industry for a long time. And I have been in the
50 seconds.
tech industry for the past 15 years. Ending it, we released like a B2C app. So a lot of that stuff is direct to customer as well. And Eric's connection and the games.
Stop. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, 4 minutes. Stay there, because there are a couple of questions from the judges. We have 3 very experienced people. And if you know you have the microphone, you can ask whatever you want.
Could you? Thank you for the pitch. I know it's always hard to stand on such a stage. I've done it also a couple of times. Maybe just quickly, what's your go-to-market approach? I did not really fully get that. How do you want to scale?
Go-to-market, we get our leads directly from social media and stuff. We get our leads under $20 now. So like we sell online, jump on a Zoom call and get them onboarded directly.
Okay, thanks.
What is the #1 objection you're getting in the marketplace right now from buyers?
I think the objection is, of course, like towards something like with the bigger. I think they've just been new to the market, so the bigger chains, it takes them. I think the supply, vendor risk is always there with the startup. So I think that's been the biggest hurdle for us.
Good. Okay.
Which is
Closer.
Closer.
which is your okay. In what are you different between other app? What have you more than other app?
Yeah, so what we do more is more like our innovation is more towards the other side. This front end is similar with all of them. What we do is like you can reduce, it's very hard for other people to reduce CapEx, right? But because we are starting from very low margin and because we're using AI heavily, so we can iterate much faster. And that's one of the biggest growth things. Like the major benefit for the gym owner is like no onboarding cost, right? 0 onboarding, monthly subscription, no hardware required. If you give us a call, we can have you up and running in an hour.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, judges. Now we go on. So remote and with Exosystem. I met them in Las Vegas at the CES. They won an Innovation Awards at the CES Las Vegas for our sector. So please, 4 minutes, not 1 second more. Let's go on.
Okay, thanks for having us on the stage, first of all. And then I would like to talk about the question, like how can we make more trustable personal training? As you can see, the personal training market is growing really rapidly. And even in the whole fitness market, the portion of the personal training is getting bigger. And let's see why. You can imagine like why people use all the trackers in every training. Like they have a tailored and selected service, and simply saying like all the people in the training now, they want a personalized exercise program. But like there is a gap in the current personal training system. Like as you all can see, like a lot of people face a challenge to verify the expertise of training service, even though they pay a lot for the personal training. Then what would be the expertise? I believe we can start talking about this with the trustworthy. And since the current personal training looks like this, they, based on their knowledge and the speaking skill, and for the view of customer, it could be a qualitative, and it could be subjective, and it could be different every day. that means that they can have the question mark even though they pay like $70 or €100 per session. And you can imagine what if the personal training can be easy as stepping on the scale and the quantitative. And then how we can change this limitation into this. And then how the product is as small as like this. The solution AxoFit, this is the actual software that we are using. We use the electromyography and then the mobile software. So the data can be the quantitative and then objective. And then you can see the constant progress of the personal training. And then what if this happens? The trainer can better explain what's going on. And then the customer can understand better about like, how they are receiving. And then that's going to make a higher motivation level. And then it can make a better conversion rate and the retention rate.
2 minutes.
And then as a result, the lifetime value per customer will be increased. Actually, this positive life cycle is happening. In Korea, we got more than 100 paid customers, and internationally, like 4 official partners. And then, as Mr. Vincent mentioned, that we got awarded by the CES Innovation Award within a year. And then you may ask, have there been a similar product in this industry? Actually, there is. You can see this photo. This is the traditional EMG analyzer. This provides really objective data, but it's quite hard to apply every day in the commercial area. So the AxoFit features with the usability in the actual store and with the objective data. And you can imagine that it can be used not only in the fitness, but also in the rehab, senior, and even in the like, English Premier League. And we can do this because we are basically a medical grounding company. And then we published a lot of scientific journals about our product. And then our medical devices has been already commercialized by Korean FDA. So lastly, I would like to say we are trying not to replace the existing trainers, and we would like to add the value of the personal training they are already servicing with the AxoFit. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is, I mean, they saved 30 seconds, so maybe you can have an extra question. Judges, it's to you.
Thank you for the pitch. My question would be, what's your current biggest challenge to even scale further?
So as I mentioned, the rehabilitation really needs those kind of quantitative data to prove the progress of the rehabilitation. And then one of the most challenging things for us is persuading the trainer can use more than they know. Because like, they have been guided, the personal training, with their voice and then their observation for more than decades. It was quite hard to persuade that the quantitative data would be really beneficial for their profit too. So right now, like, we are making a lot of like use cases, not only in Korea, but also in the other countries. So we can do the like upsell or the retention rate, those kind of like beneficial features that the personal training or the commercial area can have.
Yeah, again, thanks for the pitch. Tell me about how you make money. Are you selling a piece of hardware? Are you doing a recurring revenue model with that? What are you doing?
For our business model, like we basically provide the one-time purchase with the hardware, and then to decrease the boundary of the end user, we are providing the software for free. So what we make is a consumable. So how it measures is it requires a specific patch that we developed in Korea, and then those that consumable will make a lot of like cash cow. Yeah.
Thank you for the pitch. My question, probably I missed the information. Which is the area that you want to address to?
So we are mainly addressing like all the area that muscle matters. So it could be the personal training or the fitness, and then it could be the like rehabilitation for the physiotherapist, and then like soccer youth teams or the amateur teams, even the pro teams. So we have provided one of our solution to like one of national team in Korea, and then about like 30% of our customer is the rehabilitation, and then like about 60 is a commercial fitness gym.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to Galaxy System. And now is coming ReoFit. ReoFit is something that you could think about, very traditional, like foam roller. You can have a demonstration on the stage too. But this is something that demonstrates to us that it's not only software, AI can go everywhere, and they can make something automatic with AI, with very, very traditional stuff like foam roll. So let's go, guys.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Triska, the co-founder of RealFit. And our product is the world's first fully automatic foam roller. And unlike many other mature brands, we are not just the observers, producers, but also the creators and also the users. Because many of us, we are engineers, therapists, and also marathon runners. So we know firsthand about the post-race fatigue, deep soreness, and also the muscle stiffness. However, we realize that most people are at their most exhaustive point right after the exercise, training, or competition, and we don't have any more energy to do the muscle relaxation. And as for the traditional foam roller, you have to use the extra strength to raise your upper body, and it's not relaxing at all. So we decided that relaxation is relaxation. Why can muscle relaxation be truly easier, smarter, and effortless? And that's the reason why we created RealFit A1, the world's first fully automatic foam roller. It can provide a fully automatic, hands-free massage experience from neck to legs, and it is totally automatic. Actually, we have modal siding. We have AI mode inside, so it has a detector inside. It will detect your whole body length and the weight distribution, and then it will create the best mode for you. Like, you will decide what kind of exercise you are doing today and how long you are going to do that, and then it will create a personalized mode for you. And besides, we also have many other modes, like it's based on your sport history, like tennis, swimming, running, exercising, everything. And there are many tutorials inside. If you want to focus on specific areas, we also have the fine mode for you. Like, you can choose the legs, the hip, and everything you want. It can not only massage your front side, but also your back side and both kick sides of your body.
2 minutes.
Yes, and actually, our structure, if you see it clearly, it can mimic the movements of a rehabilitation therapist. Like, the structure is mimicked our hands by the rehabilitation therapist. And because for most people who are suffer from the pain caused by the fascia adhesion, they not only need the vertical pressure, but also the lateral shear force. And that's the reason why we created this. What's more, so if you can see, our massage cover is replaceable. So we designed 3. The gray one is softer, and this one, ultra deep, is the hardest. And for the black one, it is standard. It's for everyone. So it can satisfy all your needs for different areas of your muscle, and you can control the mode, duration, and everything you like via the application.
1 minute.
Yeah, and the application is totally free. And from now, we have served over 20 countries and regions. For last year, we have sold over 20,000 products all over the world, and we have many collaboration partners. So the reason why we attend FIBO today is to find our collaborators. And that's all. So our hope for RealFit is to act as a portable therapist for everyone. They can enjoy, not only for the professional athletes, but everyone who are the sports lovers. Yeah, and we want to provide a limitless body and a boundless life for everyone. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. In advance, you too. That's the credit. Judges, it's your questions.
Thank you for the pitch. Good idea to show us the product directly. That always helps. Could you quickly elaborate once again, what are your main distribution channels and the price point of the product, maybe for Europe or the US? That would be interesting for me.
Yeah, so the price for the product for retail is $400 US, and the biggest distributor is actually ourselves, is China. So it is direct to customers. But beside that, we also have distributors in Italy and Taiwan and Korea, and we are still funding them.
But direct to consumer, 400 dollars a piece.
Yes, but it's kind of cheaper in China, but in other places we need to add storage fee and other human fee, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So do you have any recurring revenue, or are you just selling a product?
Sorry?
Do you have recurring revenue, or are you just selling a single product?
So we have our own website for global, and in China we have our direct platform like Tmall, Jingdong, and Xiaohongshu, if you know it. As for other places, we have our distributor, and they sell it like offline in the gym and yoga or fitness center.
Thank you.
So thank you for the pitch.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
my question is about your collaboration with Esselunga, because I'm from Italy. I'd like to know which is your type of collaboration. You sell in the supermarket?
Yeah, so actually it was in the last year. Our biggest distributor in Italy, he ordered 2,000 products from us. And as longer, if I read it correctly, he wants to collaborate with him. So we sell it in the market.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Reofit. And now we go with Twin Labs. I met them in London. I have to credit my friend Ol Noshivari that discovered them. This is something very special, very AI in a different way. So 4 minutes, Twin Lab. Go on.
Thanks, Vincenzo. That last product was really cool, by the way. So hi, everybody. Thanks for having me here. My name's Tim Wade. I'm one of the founders of Twin Labs AI. We basically started our journey back in 2015. We worked for a big technology company, and we was doing live data and insights at the Tour de France. And one of the problems that we had while we were working there is, you can imagine they roll in a new city every day, and we could never find where our office was deployed, right? And you couldn't just go out and look on Google Maps for this thing, because it didn't exist the day before, and it didn't exist the day after. So really understanding where we were going was a bit of a problem for us. Physical spaces, really, they run blind, basically. Unless it's on Google Maps and there's something to see, it's really difficult to understand what's actually going on in a physical space. So if we then brought this concept to the gym world, right? And one of the problems that we saw straight away was when members walk through a door, operators don't really know what's going on with them, right? So it's kind of difficult. And coming from a digital world where we instrument everything, we kind of looked at this and went, wouldn't it be really cool if we could apply digital instrumentation to the physical world and start to let people run analysis and analytics on what's going on in a physical space? So what do we actually do as a company? We basically connect to a customer's CCTV, and we then use the information, we turn that into data, and we connect multiple layers of data together. So this is all based around spatial information, and then we add the context layer on top of that, is what's in that space. Is it a piece of equipment, a techno gym, treadmill, whatever that may be, or a group exercise class, and Bob's doing a spin class for the day. So really bringing that context together. We then use, as I mentioned, the CCTV to get occupancy information, or in areas where CCTV's not appropriate, we can put in things like LiDAR sensors to understand people using the changing rooms and that kind of stuff. We then have created a series of analytical models that help us understand and make sense of that, and then we make that available through a 3D interface and also through an AI assistant that's basically a data analyst. But what does that really do? It allows an operator
2 minutes.
That's brutal. It allows an operator to get an insight into what's actually going on, right? So which pieces of equipment are being used, which spaces are being used, when they're being used, and by who. We can do an integration into an LMS system as well to get an understanding of demographics and also gender, so gender and bucketed age, and then really give deep insights into what's going on in the gym. And as I say, we make this available in a couple of different ways, a really simple to use 3D interface, but also a way as an AI agent for the lateral language questions to be asked for people that aren't necessarily data analysts.
1 minute.
So how are our customers using this? Well, they're using it in a few different ways, right? So they're able now to identify where there's busier areas. We've seen in some of our customers, dApps are really popular. I think that's in most of our customers. And this gives a perception of being overly busy, a bad perception to a customer. So making small tweaks by understanding what data, what's actually going on, can change the customer's perception of the gym. We're also able to start to profile things in the gym. So we can see when a piece of equipment changes, has a dramatic decrease in utilization, for example, might be
30
faulty.
seconds.
We can give a notification based on that. It's seen it used for investment as well, and also staffing. So where's the next busy area? Let's make sure our staff are going to be there through the predictions in the platform. I'm Tim. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You saved 10 seconds, so you have 10 seconds extra from the jury. Please, judges.
Well done. That's so stressful, right?
Yeah, it's not my first rodeo.
Quickly. There are a couple of other players already in the market doing similar things. Could you maybe quickly elaborate on what you believe is your main USP on the market currently?
Okay, so we kind of do things slightly differently. We have these layers of data that we connect together. So spatial being the base, the context, as I talk about, being what a piece of equipment is, what an area is, what class is on, who's teaching the class, then the occupancy on top of that, and then the LMS information on top. That's actually a connected spatial behavioral data set. We're able to query that, and that then allows us to do much deeper analytics than most other people.
Okay, thanks.
What kind of traction have you gotten in the way of customers?
So we were currently at 10 different customers. Some of those chains are in the hundreds of gyms. We're not deployed to them all yet, though, obviously. We're seeing good traction.
Thank you for the pitch. And what about the privacy management data?
Yeah, so interestingly, the three founders, we come from technology backgrounds. We're all from big tech beforehand. And I've had to sit through quite a lot of GDPR and data privacy questionnaires before. So when we developed this from the ground up, and when we started developing it, one of the first things was the whole thing is anonymous. There's no PII in it, so it makes sure that we don't fall foul of GDPR.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TuneLabs. And now we have Cora. We go back to the software again, and let us know something more about you. You are more bold. You have a single image, so go on. We have 4 minutes.
Hello, hi, dobry dzień. My name is Svetlana, and I'm from Cora. Cora is an ecosystem for gym management. And we not only have software and integrated hardware, we as well have a deep expertise in the field. We are a spin-off of one of the Ukrainians' biggest business groups, Fuzzy Group. And we have so much expertise in running a gym because we actually manage 20 clubs in Ukraine, physical clubs. So when starting to develop our program, we first conducted a small investigation and found out that there are 2 worlds in this field. One is operation-based, like derived from business and its needs, and the other one is customer experience-oriented. And our mission is to unite those 2 worlds. Our Cora is built on event sourcing, that allows you to collect every operational and financial data from the very beginning of your guest journey. And later, you can construct whatever report you want with whatever data, like acquisition, retention rate, the popularity of your group classes, and the performance of your coaches. We also value guest autonomy, so we let them be as independent as they want. We have a self-check-in terminal, where guests can buy their own subscription and issue themselves an access card. And with the same card, they can go to the turnstile, and while they press it, we scan their face and collect biometric data to let you and only you to the club. With the same card, you can open a locker, so you don't need any separate key. And if a guest wants to buy something in your local store in the gym, he can approach a self-service cash desk and buy anything, not with the card, but only by smiling to a camera. We also value our coaches' time. So there is less routine for coaches. They can function like customers in the club, buy their own subscription, and use your club's facilities on their own terms. We noticed a fundamental shift on how people are using fitness. So we developed on-demand programs, so people can train with Cora even in their own home. We believe that nutrition is an integral part of your fitness path, so it is a part of our program. You can charge it separately, or you can include it in this standard subscription. Also, we thought about digital generation and created a coach finder when a person can find himself a perfect match with a coach he likes. So we believe that fitness industry is not only about software and hardware, it's also about data and emotions. So here is Cora.
1 minute.
Our technology invisible to make your business unstoppable. Thank you.
Okay. Not much more than 3 minutes and a half. So congratulations. Judges, it's up to you.
You want to start this?
I'll start. Tell me, how many customers do you have today?
We have 20 clubs, and I can't hear you, Julia.
It's okay.
4,000 active users in the club.
Okay, thank you.
Just quickly to elaborate on this one. So, but when it comes to clients, not so individual clubs, locations maybe. Is that the number you're referring to when you say 4,000?
20 locations and 4,000 people using the locations.
Okay. So, so that was just my follow-on question. So, quick one. I mean, the CMS market is a very tough one. There are tons of players out there, global players. What do you believe in the end will be key for you to really succeed in such a highly competitive market?
Okay, because we are not a monolith. We can divide our software. We can provide you with anything you want, specifically for your business. And we can support you. And I believe that we're honest and young, and we can do everything.
Thank you.
That's a good answer.
And which is your geographical area? Ukraine?
We are
Correct?
from Ukraine. We have physical clubs in Ukraine, and we're here to meet our new guests.
So let's make a clap for them also from there come from and all the problems they are facing. Okay, last judge. No more questions from you? It's okay. So thank you so much to Cora.
Thank you.
And we finished the 5 startups. So now we need to collect what is the judges' work. And we have our AI, artificial intelligence, which is in William's hand. And as soon as it's ready, I would like to invite Mr. Bryan O'Rourke on the stage. So
You want me to just buy
just
time and
tell
tap
us
dance?
something, because the final part will be the winner
Yes.
of the pitch battle, and then we invite all of them. But also we have something more as the Innovation Awards. So let us know something more about that, what we did in these months to organize this thing.
Yes, so as we tabulate all the results, and congrats to everybody for pitching, we enjoyed that. We also are going to recognize right after the winners of the pitch battle, we've identified 3 participants at FIBO as Innovation Awards that we're going to recognize today. We'll wait for the pitch battle to start, but we in the last 2 days have scoured the multiple floors, there's a lot of work doing that, to try to find companies in various categories that we think are very, very innovative, and we'll be telling you those 3. And it's, we could probably put 100 up here if we had the time, because there's so much innovation out there. So, William, how's it coming for you on your tabbing? You're almost there? That's good. And thank you all for attending, by the way, as well. We had a great panel. We'll be recording this. We recorded the entire thing. That's going to be posted through the Fitness Industry Technology Council. If you get a part of our newsletter, we'll have this all video recorded, and we'll be sharing various press releases and the like on the winners of the different awards and the pitch battle, et cetera. So be on the lookout for that. You can follow FITSE on any of the social channels, and all that data will be out there so you can watch it in the comfort of your office or home or wherever you are. So thanks as well to the judges for participating. I see they're tabulating up, being very judicious and studious in their calculations. William, I think I got mine to you first. That may be a good sign. It may be a bad sign. You know. So,
and what can you tell to these young entrepreneurs? You are so long experienced.
Yeah, I'm an old guy, so I've pitched for a long time.
Long experience.
Yes, I've pitched for a long time. It was some good stuff. Some very, which you tend to see in startups is a lot of product focus because you're inventing things, and so it's not unusual to see that. And people that are very tied into figuring out a problem. And then what you go on from there are the more complicated. Once you get market acceptance, then you got to talk more about scaling, your talent, how are you really going to make money? And all of those solutions were pretty unique, I think, in their application. And that's exciting. What we're trying to do with FIBO and this opportunity is to continue to build a more innovative environment where people who are innovating and doing startups can be received into the marketplace with more support, shining more light on what you're doing so you can get more attention and attract the resources you need to grow your companies and make an impact to the business and the industry in general. So that's the purpose of it. FITSE is a nonprofit organization. We're very lean, just like a startup, and we have the help of people like Vincenzo, Hans, and many other people that are trying to create an environment where people with great ideas and energy can make a difference in the world. So we're very delighted by that. William is calculating it up.
Yeah, it's the AI.
The AI,
some hallucinations, and that's why we have to wait a little bit longer.
Yes.
Can you tell us something more about these companies that?
Yes. Yeah, we have this up here. Thank you for doing that. Then I'm not going to wait. We're going to give these people awards now. Is Dave right here? It's at 4:30. Not quite. Some of the. He's here. Dave. I'm going to get your thing. First off, we identified 3 organizations for their innovations. And the first one we want to really congratulate, he's really been an innovator in the business for a long, long time, is Dave Wright's company, MyZone. Dave, congratulations as being one of the most innovative companies. Please, could you share a few words? Congratulations, my friend. Well deserved.
Well, first and foremost, you've got to thank this fella for what he's doing for this industry.
Thank you, Bryan.
Come on. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor. We're up to our probably 16th year here at FIBO, which is pretty cool, constantly moving. The one thing I've always said is that it's not the big that eat the small, but it's the fast that eat the slow.
That's right.
So all these small new companies coming out, keep moving, keep sharp, and stay ahead of the game. We're fortunate enough to be in over 10,000 facilities with over 3 million users in 92 different countries and 19 different languages. So it's been a wonderful journey, and we've had fantastic support from around the globe and industry ambassadors such as Bryan, who gets his MEPs every single month.
I do.
He does, and it's been a testament, and I love seeing leaders from around the world practicing what they preach. Because we are in this industry to be able to move more, motivate people to move more, and it's an honor when you've got industry legends, you've got professional sports teams, you've got big health club chains, and we've also got schools and mums and dads that keep active with MyZone. So thank you for this honor.
A small thing, we'll be sending you an appropriate award, but in the interim, thank you, Dave. I remember when you launched MyZone, and I was with you, and for the entrepreneurs that are launching their businesses, you're a great example of entrepreneurship, and the recent innovations you've announced, which are really fantastic, just show the importance to continue to innovate. You can't stand and sit on your laurels. Dave, thanks for being here, my brother.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Yes,
Thank you,
please,
my
thank
son. Thank you.
Do we have the tabulations for the award winner? Why don't we wait before we recognize the other companies? Vincenzo, you would like to make the announcements?
Okay, no, come here with me because I know without you I'm not able to. No. Thank you, Brian.
Please.
So I would like, guys, come on here because all of you deserve the number one. But unfortunately, we have to choose one, and they had to choose one. So please, come here. Come. All of them. William is taking care of the pictures. Ladies first. We had a full ladies panel. So, the winner is... So let's try to cheer all of them. First of all, let's clap all of them because all of them deserved it.
Great job.
Great job. Much, ladies, thank you so much. And now, the winner is from the East. It's from Korea, Exosystem. Congratulations. Go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to the others. Thank you,
Great
guys.
job. Great job.
Great job, guys. Thank you. You have to finish, Brian.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You all did a great job.
So, last words is from you.
Well, listen, we're going to do this again next year with the cooperation of FIBO, make it bigger so we can attract more innovators and support them in their journey to impact the industry space. So, again, a great round of applause for all that you're doing. Keep it up, okay? We need you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the guys, the technicians that help us and are so patient. Thank you to FIBO. Thank you so much and see you next year. Thank you, the judges.
Mark, I didn't get one more. We got to recognize two more of our companies. So, please. The other founder, great job. Thank you all again. The other company we're recognizing today, and Mark's here, we want to give them a lot of credit, is Wellness Space Brands, which offers a slew of different recovery products. Please, Mark, if you come up and tell us a little bit about your company. Congratulations for all that you've done. You want to give me the microphone for him, Vincenzo?
Well, good afternoon. Wellness Space Brands is a US-based company, and we really focus on creating wellness solutions that are self-serve. So you don't need staff to operate them. They're easy for the operator, easy for the member, and it's really covering a space that's growing quite quickly. So we're looking at, products that 10 to 15-minute sessions, and you're doing it it could be in a separate room or it could be right off the gym floor, but we want to make it convenient, easy, and a great experience for members and for operators.
Well, Mark, with recovery becoming so important in the world we're in, and we're getting to wellness, longevity, and self-care, you do and are serving a great role in innovating in new products. So congratulations being one of the most innovative companies at FIBO this year. All right. Thank you for being here. And the last one, and the founder was going to come, but he unfortunately wasn't able to make it. We want to Scaneck, which is a German company, who has a fantastic scanning product. Check it out if you can see it, and they'll be in the press release, and we'll be making that announcement formally tomorrow. So thank you all for being here. We really had a great time, and have a great show.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.